So I did a couple of videos about the AWS Developer Recognition Program that awards a golden jacket to the people who complete all the AWS certifications. There's another program that I'm familiar with that does something similar to recognize developers that are enthusiastic about it. So this is a video about CNCF Kubestronaut program, which is a developer recognition program that tries to identify and reward developers who are enthusiastic about Kubernetes and its ecosystem. So the Kubestronaut program launched officially in February 2024, but it looks like the idea of the program goes back to late 2022. I'll put a link to an article that describes how this program came to be an idea inside CNCF, and it looks to be a brainchild of people who are enthusiastic about growing the community and also recognizing people who are enthusiastic about the community itself. The program now has about 800 Kubestronauts and the number keeps growing every day. It looks to be really popular with engineers from all walks of the profession who are enthusiastic about Kubernetes and the ecosystem. The selection criteria for Kubestronauts is fairly straightforward. You just have to complete 5 CNCF certifications, and they are mostly related to Kubernetes. So if you know about maintaining Kubernetes clusters and writing applications to be run on Kubernetes, those are the areas that these certifications will test you on. There are 2 foundational exams in the scope, KCNA and KCSA. They are multiple choice questions, and you basically have to answer fundamentals about Kubernetes, cloud native, application development, and all of the related areas. The other 3 exams are advanced exams, and they are lab-based exams. So you have to practically do things to pass the exams. I personally enjoy doing lab exams. They are the easiest to do for me because I get to do something practical, and I do have some Kubernetes experience both in application development and also cluster administration. So by the time I had heard about the Kubestronaut program, I had already completed the main 3 advanced exams. So I first heard about the Kubestronaut program in May this year while I was doing all of those AWS exams. If you want to know about my AWS exam marathon, my last video was on that topic, so I'll link it somewhere here. In a nutshell, I spent 8 weeks on doing all of the AWS exams I could find, and during those 8 weeks I also found some time to schedule and do the 2 foundational exams. So after doing all of the 5 exams, one of the program coordinators will reach out to you, so make sure that you have correct contact details in your Linux Foundation profile. As part of the program membership, you get the title Kubestronaut and you get access to the community, and you also get a blue jacket, which reminds me of this other jacket that I have. A small caveat though, I don't have the blue jacket with me yet, mostly because of logistics and other related reasons. I will post a photo of it when it arrives in the community tab. There's a very passionate community around this program. The Slack channels are active almost daily, and the people taking part in the program are continuously looking to expand their qualifications, exchange ideas, and just in general being really driven and enthusiastic. In New Zealand itself, there are 5 Kubestronauts at the time of making this video, and I'm expecting more to come in the future. I think I was either second or the third Kubestronaut in New Zealand, and I think I was part of the first few Kubestronauts to also have the AWS Golden Jacket. There tends to be a lot of overlap between these 2 programs because most of the people taking part in this program tend to do jobs that involve both of these ecosystems. Now the program is still in its early stages. It's only a few months old, and a lot of details are being figured out as they progress, and I expect more recognition programs and higher scopes to come out of CNCF based on the success of this program. So there are various fan-made material, including this video about this program out there, and let's say they are not endorsed by CNCF altogether. This is mostly because people taking part in the program are the most enthusiastic people I've seen, and I am crossing into the opinion space here, and this might offend some people. They are opinions, they are meant to offend people. In general, I think when using the name of this program, you have to be careful. Yes, CNCF is a community-based program, but at the end of the day, CNCF logo and all of the IP around this are part of CNCF committee. So if you are using the name of this program as part of some other program that you are hosting, I think you should get permission from the CNCF program, or you should at least make it clear you're not part of the Kubestronaut committee or the steering committee in CNCF that takes care of developer relations. You basically have to treat the IP around this program, the logos, the brand name, the program names, as something from a private entity such as AWS or Microsoft. In the same way that you have to get permissions to use the AWS logo and the AWS name in any programs that you would run, you have to treat CNCF in the same respect. Yes, it is an open source community, but at the end of the day, it is its own entity with its own IP rights. So you have to treat those rights with some respect. And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that you shouldn't evangelize these programs. I'm doing it myself in this video. But while you do that, you have to make sure that you are doing it in the most respectful respectful manner, and you're doing it for the program and not to use any of those artifacts in your own name. So just to keep it clear, there are no programs other than Kubestronaut program from CNCF when it comes to Kubernetes related developer recognition. There is a single title called Kubestronaut. There are no Kubestronaut ambassadors. There is a CNCF ambassador program which is separate from this developer relations program, but for Kubestronauts there is only one title called Kubestronaut. As I said, this is a new program, so there's a lot of activity around it. If you want to understand more about the program, I'll put a link in the description that will take you to the program description by CNCF itself. Always make sure that you go to the correct source in these programs. I'm not saying there are any scams out there, but because of the community-based nature of CNCF, there could be other programs that sound similar to this that are not endorsed by CNCF itself. If you're interested in taking on these exams yourself, keep a lookout on the Linux Foundation learning portal. Usually at the end of the year they host this big sale on these exams and training courses. If you're interested, that might be a good option if you have to pay for these exams by yourself. But all in all, I hope you found this video helpful, and I hope I was able to build some interest in the program. But that said, that's it for me. Thank you so much for watching. I wish I could say I'll see you next week, but I'll see you in the next video.